5 weeks ago, I started my 5k in 5 weeks challenge. In my first week, I managed to make almost £1,500. Week 2, I hit £2,500. Week 3, I hit £3,500. But then I managed to lose 1,000 of it all in one hit. But I kept going, had a few days off over Christmas and the New Year, and in my last couple of weeks, I managed to make another 1,000, which brought my total to around £4,500. So just £500 shy of my 5k target. Not bad going, and without doubt, the most consistently profitable period of my trading career. So let's have a closer look at these final couple of weeks trading and analyse my performance over the 5-week period. So at the end of week 3, I was at a total of around £3,500, which was actually £500 over target, as I was aiming for 1,000 per week. But then week 4 fell over the Christmas period, so the trading volume was quite thin and the market was closed on the Friday as it was Christmas Eve. So by the end of week 4, I actually ended up being a couple of £100 down. But then the following week, the market had a visit from Santa in the form of the so-called Santa rally, which I took advantage of and banked $1,000 in one trade, which is almost 700 odd quid. And you can watch my video specifically on this by clicking that button. Another great few trades leading up to the new year brought me up to a total of around £4,500. Now there were a few days over the last 2 weeks that I didn't actually trade due to the market either being closed or having relatively low trading volumes. So I technically should give myself an extra couple of days now to complete the challenge. But to be honest, I've got this far and I feel pretty confident I can get to the 5k by the end of next week. So yes, this can be done. We can see that with a consistent strategy, patience, and a solid foundation of education, practice, and experience, you can more than double your account in less than 5 weeks. You can recoup big losses, and you can motivate yourself by giving yourself a goal to work towards. I honestly don't think I could have come back from my devastating loss if I hadn't had the psychological drive to hit a certain target each day and each week. Having that goal made me work harder, made me concentrate better, and gave me the discipline not to overtrade. However, this is not really the best strategy one should have as a day trader, because constantly chasing certain figures and milestones can make you greedy, impatient, and irrational. So I don't advise trading in this way. Sticking to your 1 to 2% target each day is a much safer and sustainable strategy. Now I've got one live trade to show you from this last week, and it's from the day before New Year's Eve on the Dow. Now the market has just opened and I'm looking at this first pivot point here to see if it wants to touch it, and it touches and bounces straight off. Now let's see if it can get back up there and break through the pivot point, and if it does, I'll go in for a long position. It tests it a couple of times and has now broken through, so that's where I'll go long. Now usually this would be a bit of a risky move, as more often than not this is where the price would be likely to come back down again after this initial spike. But because of the time of year and the rally that has been taking place over the past week, I'm pretty confident that this spike is going to continue spiking. But unfortunately it's dropping. We've got a big wick on that red candle, and now I'm going to keep a very close eye on this second red candle. If that drops any further, it's time to walk away. I was so prepared to walk away that I turned off my screen recorder and was about to close the trade. But I waited just a moment longer and thankfully the price started going up again. So I put the screen recorder back on and here we go, back in business. Now this time I've put a stop loss in because I don't want to end the year with a losing trade. And I also feel if it comes back down for a second time, it's probably going to stay down this time. So I'm protecting myself against that. But luckily enough, it's powering ahead and I'm trailing my stop loss as we go. I'm also looking at the pivot point over here and can see we're steaming towards it. Now, as we all know, it's likely to hit that pivot point and come back down, so we should be prepared to take profits soon. But I have my stop loss close by anyway, so that won't be a problem. Now, it hasn't quite made it to the pivot point, and that's because everyone is taking their profits before it hits it. So predictably, the price drops back down a bit and stops me out, banking me £200. Lovely jubbly. Now as it spiked up so much and almost hit that pivot point, I'm thinking it's probably time to come back down again. So I go in for a short position, right at the top of the upside down V. Now sometimes it can drop and keep dropping past the opening price. But quite often when the price drops, it only comes down to about halfway of the upward spike. So I'll wait until it gets to just before halfway and I'll take my profit of £90. Nice. And that was my last trade of 2021. And I go into 2022 with just £500 of negative equity, which I'm very, very happy about and excited to keep my level of consistency going into the new year. I'm going to do monthly updates on my progress, analysing my performance throughout each month, and I'm going to keep you up to date with how I'm getting on, and hopefully I'm not going to make any more big mistakes. But you know what? I'm grateful for the mistakes, as I wouldn't be where I am today without them. Yeah, I'd probably have more money. Yeah, but now I have the battle scars that have changed my attitude and discipline massively, inevitably improving my performance in the long term. So my advice to you is to not give up. Learn from all the times you lose, big or small. Think about what you did, why you did it, why you lost, and how you could have won. And it's not going to come to you after one trade. It's not even going to come to you after 3 months of trading. This is something that is learned from repetition over a long, long period of time. So if you think that you're not getting the hang of it, just keep doing it until you do. And you will eventually get there. Just don't give up. And of course, practice with a demo account. And if you think you can do it without the hard work, then you're destined to fail. So don't skip the hard part. Put the time in now so that you can reap the rewards for the rest of your life. Now that's about all from me for this year. Let's hope 2022 is a better year for everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep practicing, and I'll see you next time. It consolidated for a while here, which made me... Oh, for sake, you I knew it. I knew it. Oh, for sake, man. Not bad going, and without doubt the most consistently profitable period. Not bad going, and without doubt the most consistently profitable period of my 5k target. Not bad go. Not. Oh, for f***'s sake. Which was actually £500 over target, as I was at. Few trades leading up to the new year brought me up to a total of another great few trades. Oh, I forgot what it was now. And more importantly, how can we profit from it? We'll stick around to find out how. And more importantly, how can we profit from it? We'll stick around to find. And more importantly, how can we profit from it? We'll stick around. Now, and more importantly, how can we profit from it? We'll stick around to find out how. We'll stick around. Oh God. And more importantly, how can we profit from it? We'll stick around to find out. Oh, for f***'s sake, man.